everybody! Hello. Hopefully I didn't scare hopefully I didn't scare Serby. Okay, I didn't. I don't even think you noticed. Hello everybody. Hi Pop Rockets. Welcome in. Thank you for being first and for getting your daily check-in. How are you today? Hi. Hello everybody else that is here. Oh, Angel. Hello Angel. Welcome in. How are ya? Um, oh my gosh, my brain is so mush. Today hasn't been like a long day or anything. That's kind of the funny thing. I'm like, my brain's so mushy. Is like, I mean, that's nothing new, y'all. I am God, you are God. Oh goodness. Am I in the presence of God? God themselves? This feels sacrilegious in some ways. Oh, hang on. No! Our fast food! What do you mean they waited this long? That's crazy. They ate our food on the way here. That was crazy. We were gonna get some fast food today. And like we put in the order and everything so we didn't have to drive out there. And like they were like, I know your order's supposed to be here like right now. We can't do it actually. We can't deliver it.
They refund you for that shit?
I have no idea. You are a demon goblin. Don't talk to me about sacrilegious, cutie. Listen. I feel like this might be. Listen, I feel like God speaking to a demon goblin is the sacrilegious part here. All right, listen. Me being a little demon. It is a cutie. Of course I am, y'all. I'm the cutest in the whole wide world. Maybe Serby beats me out though. Bit is a cutie. Thank you. Oh, did the head pat not go through? I did have some trouble with Steam earlier. Let me do the head pat for you. Oh goodness, where the heck is all my stuff? Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh gosh. Where the heck? Okay, maybe I won't be able to do that, but I could maybe refund you for the head pat. Yay! At least we get refunded. Oh, is it working? Hello? What the heck? It's like completely disconnected. No! Okay, I have to fix that later. Okay, headpads is broken because the Steam Cloud broke stuff. It broke stuff. And so it doesn't even realize that that's like a thing. So I can't do headpads currently, and some of my other stuff might be broken. So we'll have to reconvene at a later point there, I suppose. Steam having problems? Yeah, is when I was opening up Warudo, it was saying that
I didn't
there were some
ask
problems.
how big the room was. I said
is it gonna work?
cast Fireball.
Oh, yeah, it does work. Okay, it's all built-in stuff. Let's go. Thank you for the fireball. Fireball works. Yes, I do actually want to put the timer lower on that for y'all so you can use it a little more often if you would like. I feel like the amount I put up was a little more excessive than I realized. So, there's that. On another note though, we are going to get into drawing. I started working on another piece, and we're going to try and finish that up. Once again, it is for Angel. So I have it all, like, sketched out, and we're going to try and finish that up, and then maybe work on, well, we will work on the next piece after that. Unless this piece somehow takes 2 hours, which I don't see that being the case, especially because it's half done. So we're going to move over to the drawing set. Which character is this? We have Serana. We have Serana here. And she's so cute. She's so cute. I'm not as familiar with Serana. I'm gonna be honest, I am not. But she's beautiful, and I think I basically have the sketch laid out. I didn't really have a lot of ideas for what to do for her, so I just kind of did a simple little headshot, maybe like little profile picture one for her. So maybe if you wanted to like change her icon or something like that, I had it more of like that style. So yeah. And if you haven't catched it already, I did also finish another piece for Angel before stream. and you can find that in the Discord. I also did open up my commissions for emotes. I know that that was requested of me to do that. So emotes are now something you can buy. I would recommend catching at least a slot if you're interested in it by the end of the month, because then the Pride Month discount does go away. So unless you're waiting for the prices to go full price, then more power to you, I suppose. But I know I like myself a discount, so there's that. I also really want to do for like more of these pieces, as I feel like my art style benefits from like much thinner lines. This one is kind of a very, very thin line art I'm doing here, but I do really like myself some thin line art. Let's see, let me connect this up here. Boom. All right. My problematic evil scientist lady, I love her. She's super cute. She's very, very cute. We'll give like a full drawing here. Look at her. Oh, she's so cute. I forgot her necklace. I do need to put that on her. Do remind me, chat. All right. We're gonna get that done. Oh goodness. I am hungry, y'all. I'm hungry. I'm so disappointed. Our food's not gonna be coming in. So, I will have to make myself and Serby something after stream. Nash, okay. Unless Serby has other plans.
Huh?
Unless you have other plans for food stuff, since food stuff got canceled.
Well, Sonic is open till midnight, so I reordered it. That asshole stole our food. I got refunded. I just put a new order in.
Okay, at least we're getting food.
I might just be donating free food, but it's to DoorDash drivers. But
well, somebody's here. Is that Morg?
that's probably
Morg.
most scary. Yes, that's more.
She kidnapped a genius and then made a baby with him. Not like
I
that.
might be donating free food to delivery drivers, but if I'm getting full refunds, so I don't.
That's fair.
It costs me none to do that.
Fair enough. I appreciate you clarifying, Angel. Because I was like, because I have a character that was like kidnapped a genius, but that was not, that was, yeah, I appreciate the clarification. Because I definitely was over here like, is the character 18 plus? Yes. I would hope so, at least. I trust that we're not like doing some OC lolicon stuff, but like you gotta double check. Gotta make sure the homies ain't wildin', alright? I think that's a fair concern. Mayhaps. Hey, oh shoot, I have my area scaling up on these, so they're breaching containment. Oh goodness, okay. That, boom. There we go. That looks better. But yeah, so I think also part of my scatterbrainness is just because I am a little hungry. I'm gonna turn up my line art because that's kind of thin. There you go. That's like thin, but like I can actually see kind of what's happening. I should turn down that more so that it's a little clearer for everybody. She's actually part of a really old story of mine and a friend who unfortunately passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But I still treasure my OCs and have only just started returning to these specific ones. Oh, I feel that. Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna take a piss real quick. See, it's because of the suggestion. Alright, chat. I have this problem where, like, the power of suggestion hits me.
It's like
the moment, because, like, we have Faye. Faye's like, I'm gonna go take a bath, which means bathroom's now suddenly unavailable, and suddenly, I must go. So, I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's like not having to pee, and then, like, you sit down. Oh, I do
No problem. I am back, y'all. I am so sorry. Okay. Let me catch up on the lore here. But no, I definitely feel that of like having old stories. I can't relate to like having a friend that passed. That I was like had a deep like connection, like especially like OC wise. I do have, experience with loss. But I there's a lot I feel like I could say and I just don't have the words for it. So I'll probably hold off on saying too much there cuz I want to make sure that like if I talk about something like that, I at least am like graceful with my words. And I'm not giving y'all like half my brain power cuz it does feel like it's a more dedicated topic to just kind of speak on. Oh.
My words are not graceful. I will be blunt.
Oh.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but whenever it comes up, it will be blunt and to the point. And if
Serpy, no. They're talking about they're coming back to OCs that they haven't touched in a while because their friend passed away and
no.
Shh, you cannot say that.
I'm not.
Apologize right now.
Sorry, I'm memeing. I'm so sorry.
That is so
disrespectful.
That is so disrespectful. Lol? Question mark. No. See, Angel's out here going like, that was so insanely disrespectful, but I'm also trying to be polite. Seeing Bit get all spicy. sorry. My bad. Serpy said some whack stuff, alright? Serpy needs to apologize for that.
I would never honestly mean that. Humor is my go-to coping mechanism for most things.
That's fair. But, like, we gotta build up more rapport before you're like, skill issue. Oh, I know.
Angel's been with us since, like, the dawn of it all.
Fair. Be respectful, Steaky. Also, I think it's funny. Is this the first time chat seen me get spicy? I feel like that's just, like, part of my personality.
You didn't even really get spicy.
I didn't even really get spicy.
You just kind of slapped my hand a little.
Did I literally slap your hand?
No.
Oh, it's
Preferably.
Well, but maybe I am. Maybe I am autistic. Serby and I were having a conversation not that long ago, and it was me talking about, because we have like safe food options, which is such a foreign concept to me until I moved in with like Serby and like his family, and like, well, not his family, well, I guess his, yeah, we all moved into the same household, and his family's also here. But like until I started coming down to like see Serby and like, get to know him and like his other family that isn't living with us, I did not know the idea of a safe food. And nowadays, we have safe foods in the house because I am like exceptionally picky. So it was kind of Faye's also a little picky, but not as bad as like I am. And I was describing, I'm like, oh yeah, like for example, some of my favorite like chicken nuggets are like the Tyson chicken nuggets, right? And I love the Dino chicken nuggies. But sometimes the Dino chicken nuggies, they taste weird. And how this got brought up was Serby was like memeing on me. It was like, would you like some like what ketchup with your Dino chicken nuggies? And I was like, okay, but counterpoint, sometimes they taste kind of weird. And like this can't just be an autism thing, right, y'all? Like this sometimes they taste weird. It's like the cosmic brownies, right? The cosmic brownies, sometimes they're good and sometimes they taste chemically. Like, sometimes the Dino chicken nuggets just aren't made right. Like, am I crazy for this? Anybody else have the Dino chicken nuggies? And, like, I like the shape of them, but also you get less nuggie per chicken nuggie per Dino nuggie. Like, the appeal is in the shape, but I want more food, right? Oh, buddy. No, what did I say this time? I'm not offended for the record. Okay, good. We because that's crazy. That was crazy. Serby's doing stuff. You're asking someone with ASD if we've ever experienced something. My bad. Listen. I'm just saying. I need to. I'll come back to this question. Like maybe in October when like we might get an influx of people because October, re-debut, which also is something I've been wanting to talk about, is around October 1st, as I hope to maybe do a subathon. I would like to do a subathon and a re-debut. Is a lot of people didn't make it to my original debut, and I feel like I could have done it better. And there's like a lot of questions I feel like could be fun to like discuss as like your debut. Like, does chat know my favorite color? I don't know. Does chat know like my favorite animal? Things like that. Like just kind of fun like introductory questions that like may feel kind of odd to do after you a streamer long enough. Like I don't know. I thought it would just be like a fun idea to do. So hopefully y'all are on board with that. And then I want to like prepare activities, do like some fun stuff, maybe get out of my comfort zone. Maybe I'll actually do that singing stream that like I keep edging y'all for. That might not be the most appropriate word. Sorry, y'all. It's like I want to do a lot. And then of course my birthday is going to be coming in like after that point. I mean, it's going to be months after that, but like it's still going to be, to me it's like right around the corner, which is kind of crazy and a little like jarring. Bit's edging me so hard right now. Yes. Maybe take this moment to all edge together. Instead of like the pledge allegiance, it's just pledge to goon, pledge to edge. Oh, that's clean. We're pledged we're pledged to edge. Yes. That was so dumb. I'm so sorry, y'all. No, Angel's not on board with this. Angel does not want to join the edging session. My bad. I'm getting a little too wild in the chat. Sometimes the animatronics get a little quirky. That's me, y'all. To be fair, I feel like I am just, in general, kind of, like, strange and quirky, but, like, in apparently a fun way. That's the thing. And, like, also, that's kind of why I was late to stream, is I was showing Serby this, like, one meme. I don't know if y'all have seen this dude who goes around and, like, I guess it's Omegle. Yeah, it's Omegle. And he goes on there, and, like, somebody will, like, say something, and he'll hit them back with just like his mouth moving while he plays like the song. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Am I just like absolutely butchering this? Y'all need to know. I showed Serby it and he was not entertained. He did not find it funny. I found it hysterical. But I think Serby has bad taste. I'm gonna be so mean about it. I'm being mean. I know Serby could hear me. It's okay. It's okay. Kitten can be mad. Oh gosh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, hold on. I etch allegiance to the flag. I also like to edge my allegiance to the flag. No reaction from Serby. Serby just walked back in. Vetoing pledge to edge? No! What do you mean you don't like pledge to edge? Okay, but edge to pledge. You have to edge to pledge. Serby's now interested. He's so confused. We are edging. I talked about edging, and so now chat's edging, and I said we edge allegiance to the flag. Edge to pledge. Yeah, edge to pledge. You have to edge first. It's not the other way around. Because otherwise, like, I don't know. I am far too indulgent a beast to edge. I'll kill you. Oh no! I'm so confused. Oh no. I don't. You're like, You know what? No comment. No comment. You know what? This is the bit is happening, and I'm not ready for it. You know, we're just gonna get back into, you know, I'm just gonna keep jolly, y'all. Yeah. You know what? No comment. No comment. Literally, I keep trying to make a comment, and then I just need to stop. Next topic. Exactly. Chat, we're wilding a little too much. Like we Tito, or not Tito. That's a brand of liquor. We tiptoe the line of monetization and getting banned. Like I feel like that's what's happening here. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Pop Rockets. What are we drinking tonight, and what are we eating? Ooh, yes. What are we eating and drinking tonight? Hold on one second. I can't ignore. Let me at least acknowledge this before we switch topics fully, because thank you, Pop Rockets, for the 100 bits. Edges to the pledge. Edges. Okay, so the bits edges. So like my little baby hairs. I don't know. I don't have edges. Maybe. I mean, I guess I have edges. I don't know. I'm confused. Also, this nose I made, I'm not a big fan of it. Let me try this again. But I actually, one thing that Serby and I had done, like, yesterday is, while we were out, because it was a long-ass day, is we ended up going by the liquor store and picking up some drinks. And I really like the mixed wine. I don't remember who makes it. It's like a celebrity that makes that wine, or, like, has it, like, distilled. But I really like Mix, MYX. Specifically, like, their peach Moscatos. By the way, anybody who's not of drinking age, completely ignore all this. You're not of age. Banish, begone. Just kidding. You can stay, but you can't drink. Legally, at least. Unless you're in, like, another country. I did forget about that. I am very US centered here. Oh gosh, what the heck? I can't seem to draw this. Hold on, I'm just gonna take a moment. But we went and picked up some wines. And I got a Riesling I enjoy. I think it's called, like, St. Paul's or something like that. And that was good. We also picked up a couple others, like Icon. We got Icon, which was okay. It was alright. And then I think it was Electra something. I'd have to look, but Survey really liked that one. It basically tasted like grapefruit. Or not grapefruit, like, just, I think Survey described it as, like, applesauce, which, I don't know, or, like, apple juice. I really enjoyed that. Bit racist to non-Americans. I feel like there's a better word for that. I just don't know. But no, I don't. I'm not. I'm over here going like, technically, I think there's a better term for that. No, I feel like I should clarify before I start, like, saying stuff like that. No, I really don't. I actually, like, really like when other people, like, from different cultures and, like, countries and such come in and, like, they tell me about their like, country and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. And, like, I would never know that as, like, an American, because, like, America only seems to talk about America, and, like, you have to, like, go out of your way to find stuff, and, like, I don't know where to, like, find that information, you know, to be honest. And that's because I just have fallen out of line with stuff. Okay, I feel like this drawing is not cooking. I did something, and I don't know what's up. And now I'm like kind of conscious about it. Oh, that's not the right layer. There we go. Maybe the eyes need to be brought together more. That feels better. I think it's the angle. I don't know. Not the chat bit was homeschooled. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the better word is just racist. Yeah, I think it's like, I feel like there's a more technical word for just like people who, like, for example, like, don't like England. Like, if you're an American who doesn't like England, like, what would that be called? Like, if you're starting to get into, like, other countries, then I feel like that's, like, definitely, like, more racist. But, like, would it be racist to not like England? Like, I don't feel that way. But, like, what would you call that? Would that count as racism? Like, this is a genuine question. I have no idea. Like, it's definitely hateful, at bare minimum. But, like, Is it racism? Don't like England? That would be called based. Okay, but where is the line? Where's the, like treat this like a PETA like billboard here with like all the animals. Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line between like based and like this is racist? This is what this feels like to me. I see no difference in this. Like which countries is it like, okay, yeah, you're being racist now versus like, oh, you don't like England? Okay. I don't listen to PETA. I don't either, but like I keep seeing this one meme of like the PETA sign where they're like, where do you draw the line? And then it was like somebody drawing the line between like a horse and like a pig, and it's like right here. I was like, okay, alright, y'all. Okay. The message I think they were trying to convey kind of got lost, but also that's kind of funny. I don't know. PETA's also not a great, like, they're not good. They're like, they actively, I think, kill more animals than like a no-kill, or not no-kill, like like an average shelter. Don't support PETA. I feel like a lot of good things that could come out of like animal welfare, but like PETA is not the spokesperson. It's like the was it Autism Speaks or whatever with the like the little puzzle piece or whatever, like that's like the equivalent I feel like, where it's like here's who we want to represent our group, and it's like that's probably not who we want representing us, question mark, you know. Also, welcome in, Star Bones. Welcome. Make sure you get your daily check-in, by the way. Anglophobe, if you want to be pedantic. Okay, see, that's the answer I'm looking for. I'm trying to find, like, I feel like there's an actual word, or like, like, my brain keeps thinking, like, what, like, the word to be against, like, other countries would be, like, nationalist, but that doesn't feel right, and that also, like, feels like, I don't know, like, is that, like, more of just, like, I'm so lost. I don't know. I don't know. That feels almost right, but not, but also, no, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna just stop talking. I'll figure it out later. I'd have to look it up, and I don't have the RAM for it. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, xenophobic is the general one, but yeah. Oh, see, okay, that's what I mean, is like, because I was like, because we're like, once again with like the PETA thing, it's like, where do we draw the line between like, okay, we hate England versus like we hate oh gosh, now that I have to like say my countries, I'm like trying to think like Nigeria. There we go. I don't know why that took me so long. I was like, name a country. Name like a country that like probably somebody who's like racist would not like. And I completely blanked. I was only thinking of the continents. I was like, that is not a country. The entirety of Africa is not a country, but like, you know, that would also be, that would just be like racist. But like, where does the line get drawn though? That's my curiosity. I feel like it's just anyway, in general. Probably not like good. I feel like we just probably should hate on like, I was gonna say something, but then I like thought about what I was gonna say. I was like, we shouldn't hate on countries in general, but like I feel like there's definitely, especially in more recent times, where like, you know what? I feel like you could make a valid argument for that. So I'm gonna think a little bit more on that one. I guess more what I'm trying to say is we shouldn't hate on, I guess, everybody in a country, because like I guess not everybody is their country, sort of thing. I suppose. But like, I don't know. This is me coming from a fairly ignorant view, so mayhaps I should be educated a bit more on that. So once again, take my words with a grain of salt. But that's my thoughts with my knowledge currently. Alright, we're gonna get this hair in. She has such cute hair. I love her like little hair strip things here. I want to make some of this like I don't want to lose some of her like cheek fluff, but I might just have to do that. Yeah, I guess I gotta say goodbye to it. I tried to find a way to make it work, but like I couldn't like figure it out. But yeah, that's the words I was trying to find. Hopefully though. Oh gosh, my brain actually blanked. Next topic. There's no way I know how to segue from this. But as Angel was saying, like, what have y'all been munching on? Make sure y'all have eaten dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever time it is. It should be long enough for most of y'all to probably have been awake to eat some sort of food. So what have y'all been munching on today? What delectables have graced your mouths? That feels like a weird way to put that. Oh, what the heck? Somebody's phone's buzzing. Oh, there it be.
Yeah, I think it says it's potential spam. It might be the delivery driver, but I didn't answer. I don't know. I'm mid-mission.
Fair enough. Our food might be coming. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Today is such a. I feel like I don't really have much to say. I haven't really done anything today, to be honest. Like I didn't even watch much. And like I don't know. Just one of those streams where it's like it's kind of quiet. I'm just gonna kind of draw. We'll just kind of talk about topics. Which kind of like I don't like doing that because like me talking is like y'all come here. I presume to hear me yap. And when I don't have anything to like yap about, I feel bad. I'm like, oof. What do I even say? I make a mean yogurt bowl with granola, crunchy peanut butter, and frozen fruit. I call it breakfast concrete. That actually sounds so delicious. I was talking to Serby about like wanting yogurt. I was like, oh, I want yogurt so much. There's this like one yogurt that's like not like super like liquidy, like it has almost like this texture to it, and I really like it. It's not like chunky or anything. It doesn't like have things in it. It's just like foamy almost. Like I don't know how to describe it. There's like a brand that I am blanking on. I wish I could like tell y'all more about this. But once again, my knowledge is not helping me out here. But that sounds so good. Like I really want to get into like healthier eating cuz I think I've lost some weight and like I want to keep going on that journey. Like I feel like I feel better. I don't know if I'm just like placebo affecting myself, but like I don't know. It makes me feel happier. And I also know that like my journey with like weight and stuff is kind of a mixed one where it's like you gotta be healthy about it, but also, I don't know. Like you don't want to be unhealthy about like if you're losing weight. Like do it for the right reasons. Sort of thing, which kinda can get lost sometimes. Depending on like who and such. Life hack: vegetables. I love vegetables. I legitimately do. I always can like fuck up a mean salad, and like I don't know. I really like vegetables in general. I've never had a problem with like eating them. Like I never was a kid that was like, ew, ew, vegetables. Like that was never me. I really genuinely have always liked veggies. And I actually like vegetables more than fruits a lot of times. Like I like myself some fruits, but like I don't really enjoy like sweetness overload. Like I like myself like some strawberries and things like that. But like the sweetness factor like kind of catches up to me and it makes me feel like a little nauseous. Kind of like a little sick, a little nauseous, my nose is itchy. But doesn't like fruits during Pride Month? I'm sorry, y'all. It's not that I don't like fruits. I just don't like them as much. I'm much more of a vegetable person. They're good. They're good. I'm sorry. I really want to get back into games and such. I have like I put a lot of like different games on my list to do this week, and after probably today for Streamwise, I might just start getting right back into the games because like we started 2 different games. Actually, we started like 3 in the last like few like not like few days, but like the last week or so. I feel like I made these a little too much. I'm so used to drawing my character with like the big old poofy like hair strands that I need to be a little tame about it. Hold on. I love drawing these. I love like little loose hairs and like popping out and like you got the little hair bun here and I'm just like, oh, I'm drawing my character who has like massive little hair strands. But yeah, I really want to get back into playing that. Like I want to get through like Guild Wars a lot. We also will be having Serby joining us at some point for Genshin, but I want to give him more time to be catching up and like joining us and such. So there is that. Okay, these are. I can make these like a dark gray. I don't want to like use full on black. Oh shoot! Can I draw a straight line? Perhaps I try this way. Yeah, I have to like drag down, and then I'll just do like a little duplication here. Boom. Like, I don't want to give up on, like, these games I've started. Like, I know Subnautica I didn't enjoy as much, but I really want to, like, give it another go, especially because, I think Faye wants to play Subnautica 2 with me, so we might want to dip our toes into that together. And, like, I wanna do more games with, like, the Hellborns in general, and just, like, have our games that like we play sort of thing. Like I know I'll play Faz a lot more with like Faye than I will anybody else. Like Morg will come join us, but I don't know. I want to have games that I play with Morg and games I play with Faye and things like that. So I've been trying to make an effort behind the scenes and like, you know, she's done a lot. So we haven't had like a lot of recent discussions about it. Feel free to draw Serena with a messy bun. She doesn't sleep. I got a little bit right here, a little bit messy. I feel like the hair in general is a little more on the messy end. And so, I don't know, not like super, super messy. We can get maybe like a couple stray hairs here. I think that can like give off some vibes, maybe like that. I don't know, I haven't really drawn a little just like singular hairs here. There we go. Maybe that. And that. Keep it aesthetic. I think that's not too bad. It still looks like pretty neat. I could probably do more. I think I'll keep it like she's trying to be very like put together, but also it's got a couple stray hairs, you know. Give it like a refined messiness, I suppose, is what I'm trying to go for. So, but it's definitely something I could like work on. Let's get some like of that neck fluff here. Like we got like she's a main wolf, right? If I remember correctly. So we wanna give her like a little poofy neck. Little fluffy neck here. I wanna actually adjust this. Yeah. I try and like do some research at least before I draw a character so I can like get a good vibe. But I also am a little unknowledgeable. I try and do what I can, but sometimes I don't get as much knowledge in as I would ideally like to. Especially as of late. I need to a lot on my mind. So I've been trying to dedicate as much as I can and like make sure I give you all, you know, good products and such. But also I can't like do a whole deep dive into main wolves like I would like to do. Be like, I want to know more. So I can like maybe draw a main wolf better. I don't know. I don't know. You're done. We'll do that. Just have a little bit of clipping happening. I guess it wouldn't really matter if I did this, yeah. I really should be utilizing my layers more. I just don't. And that can kind of not always work out. sometimes I feel like I'm just afraid to like do more layers because like I'm always like merging my layers together when I can. Just because like I don't like the clutter of having like too much. I'll just kind of do that here. Da-da-da. Do-do-do. I don't know if I talked about it, but I fairly recently finished Free Run, like the season 1 Free Run. I haven't, because like Netflix has like their limitations. Is like I haven't checked any of the other like platforms that our households using to see if the rest of the seasons are there. But Netflix only has season 1, and like, oh my goodness, I absolutely adore Free Run. Free Run is such a good anime. Like truly, it's got its quirks and like some things that definitely, depending on how you're looking at the anime, could be controversial. But I really don't think that those elements, that like the controversy around it, is, I don't think it's what that story was trying to say, or like even trying to like, not like trying to say intentionally, like especially with like certain themes, like for example racism in anime. It doesn't seem like a lot of creators are particularly like trying to be racist. Maybe it's just like they're ignorant. That's also me being graceful with my interpretation. There's definitely like manga creators who are just like blatantly racist, but like I don't know. I know like Japan in general does just have it like ingrained into their culture, and I'm glad to see efforts to like stop doing that. Because I've definitely like I picked up an anime like way back. Like I think it was the one with like the Dullahan. Da 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 da. I don't know what the heck it was called, but it started with a D, I think. But it's like the Dullahan like anime. It was kind of older one. Oh, shoot, I didn't realize I had so much clipping. I probably should have double checked this before. And I was like, okay, this is a pretty decent one. And then like I saw one of their characters, and it was just like, ooh, ooh, yikes! What are we doing here? And like, I don't know. I don't know. It's so disappointing to like get into an anime and then like the character that like the black characters they bring in are just like, ooh, ooh, don't do that. That's not good. Don't do that. That's now suddenly I'm not watching this anymore. And like I'm pretty sure that happened also with like um was it Forever Neverland or whatever, where like the kids are all on like they're all being like farmed. Like that's the whole plot, is to like escape before like they turn the age where they're like getting sacrificed. And like in the, I think it was like the second or third season, Promise Neverland, yeah. And like they introduced a character where it was like, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong on that one. That one might not have had, but I feel like I remember them introducing like a character that had a lot of just like racial stereotypes in like her design. And I was like, ooh, that's, I don't like that. That's not cool. Don't do that. And it's like, wow, it was such a good anime otherwise, but like everything I heard about that one at least is like it went downhill like after like that's like those like the first season or two. Maybe it was the second one. I don't know. But yeah, I certainly was like, I don't really like that. And I didn't really want to continue. It just worked out though. So is like they did a lot of like they did a lot of like tell, not show. And that was disappointing. It's like, I don't know. I really like a story that like shows, but or like I guess in some instances I think like tell, not show is an okay way of like going about a format. Depending on like how realistic I guess your story is. It could be like immersive, but you know. The racism there was indeed really rough, and they did in fact intentionally drive the show off a cliff for the finale. Yeah, like that's what I heard was like they just kind of, I guess it was no longer profitable, so they were like, yeah, we're just gonna like give it the old, shit special. I don't know. Just really disappointing, especially in like I don't know. There's just so many things. But yeah, the racism there. So okay, I was remembering that right, and like that's so disappointing. I want I want to see like a good anime and like have the anime not just casually drop racism, and that's why I'm like, is it just ignorance or is it like actually intentional? Like that's the thing. Is like I mean it's intentional, but like is it malicious? I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. And like it happens so often. I'm like, is this like what is happening here? What is happening here? Like do they not realize or do they realize like what are we doing here? And like that's what makes it like because like you can fix ignorance, but like if somebody's just being racist, like they're just gonna very likely continue to be racist. Actually, yeah, if they're just racist, they're gonna continue because ignorance is like if you're ignorant, then like you could change and you want to change, but like racism, you gotta do a lot with to get somebody on track, and like they have to do the work. And as long as they're continuing to not want to do the work, they're never gonna grow, I guess. I feel like I got like kind of deep on that in a way that I'm like, am I qualified to talk about this? I don't know. I don't know if I'm qualified to talk about this. But yeah, I don't know. I want animes to be good. I want the world to be nicer. And I don't know. That's I think the best I can really say on that, but it definitely leaves like a very icky feeling when like a show just does that. It's just such a cute like I love the little pattern on the nose here. Let me give like little boop. And then all the rest of this down here I think is just gonna get turned to that. And we'll do that. And then I want to fill in a little color here. But yeah. Gotcha Kuto? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Is a bit of a breath of fresh air for that. That's good to hear. I'll have to check that out. I need to find like a new show to look into. Because like the last thing I watched was actually because I didn't realize I didn't watch through all of this. I thought that I watched through all of the show before the finale, but I picked up digital Amazing Digital Circus again because I wanted to like give it a fair assessment because like I really like the concept of the show and I know I've talked about it and I'm not like trying to trash on it but like the parts that some of my big criticism of that show actually improved a lot towards the end and some things that I thought were just unanswered because I was watching the show under the premise that I watched all of it but the finale and then like I actually had missed a couple episodes so it helped like improve my vision on it or like not vision but like improved a lot of the things that I have critique with. Like I still have critique for the show in general and so I'm not gonna dog on it, especially because I know we got amazing Digital Circus fans here. And like that's not really my point. I'm like I'm not trying to dog on a show. It's just like I didn't really enjoy it, and I wanted it to be better. Welcome in, Cyberpup. Welcome in. Make sure you get your daily check-in. This is kind of a quieter, softer stream, so I hope you do not mind that. We're not like going chaos mode in here. So, but yeah, and so I haven't fully finished through it. And like I probably won't talk too much on it because I know that in general sentiments on Amazing Digital Circus is like very mixed and like a lot of strong feelings are on it. And I have kind of already said like my 2 cents on a lot of parts of the show that some of it private, some of it like here on stream. And so I feel like I've kind of gotten most of what I feel. Damn, I thought I signed up for chaos though. I'm sorry. Normally we do have chaos. I'm just like my brain is so mushy that like it just has turned into like a calmer stream. But like most of my game ones I think are going to be a little more chaotic. I don't know. This week feels like it's just a a calmer week, because like I don't think Guild Wars is gonna get super exciting for me for a little while, because I have gone through like the main story, and I do have a lot of things that I find really like cool about it, but because it's not fresh, I it's not like quite as like impactful. Who you drawing? I am drawing Angel's OC, named Serana. And like, here's her reference picture. And so we're kind of getting through a lot of the commissions I've been working on. And oh, thank you for the goose. I don't know if the goose actually showed up, because my redeems are a little broken. So and that's because Steam seems to be having a problem. So I have to I have to try and get that fixed again. So I apologize if there was no goose. I know headpads doesn't work. I think I just said that. Headpads doesn't work, so we'll see. Everyone's brain is a little mushy today. Something's in the air. Mercury's in the Gatorade. I haven't drank Gatorade as of recent, so can't be that. It must be the air. Must be the air. I just realized I think I colored. Yes, I did color the eyelashes wrong. It is a like lighter color, and I want to add that. So a lot of commissioned, yes. Some winged weirdo bought out all my slots. I will say though, we do have slots open again for at least like I want to make sure people can get the chance to hop in and get like their commissions, like get the discount price for anybody who might have missed it, because it will be going till the end of this month, and then everything will be going back up, but it's half off, so if you want to commission me, this is like the best time to do it. I don't know when I will be doing sales again. Probably around like maybe Halloween, maybe Christmas. I don't know. Probably some like holiday. And then maybe my birthday, I will do some slots. I be sneezing. Whoopsies. Sneezing. Actually, I'm gonna wait to do this. I'm gonna actually just color the line art. I think that's what I want to do. This is a lot of work that I do not currently wish to do at this point in time. I will do it later, hopefully. Alright, we're gonna color pick here. Boop. Let's see. Oh, and we also are coming up on our first ad break. If you'd like to skip the ads, maybe consider dropping me a sub. You can also use your Prime. It is free. But that is about all I'm going to say on it, because I'm not here to continue to drop advertisements on y'all. Ooh, I almost forgot her earrings. I need to put those back. I had them in the sketch, and then I forgot to put them on. So let me do that soon. Oh wait, I already got the eyebrow. Blink, blink, blink. I want to get back into commissions, but God, my art style is so inconsistent every drawing. I feel that. Like, I feel like, I've definitely had a period of time where I felt like I was having, like, art regression, where, like, my art pieces just, like, were not it. Dang, I have so much clipping I did not pay attention to. Now I have to deal with that now. This is what I get for not paying attention. Let me get rid of the color here so I can see. I really said, oh, I won't have to worry about this as long as, like, you know, because they're on different layers, and then now I do have to worry about it because I'm so far along in the drawing that I'm like, I'm not going back. We're just gonna ball. All right, we'll see. While I'm on this, let me add the earrings back in before I forget. Because like they're kind of low. Yeah, they're like a little low, and I also want to get that necklace because I will also forget that. Oh shit, that's a huge S line. I'm also in the wrong. Yeah, I'm on the wrong thingy. Ooh, that's kind of a shaky line. Let me try and at least clean that up a little bit more. No, I definitely understand the sentiment of just like, wow, my art is not arting. And like it takes a bit. It takes a bit to get through that. I know at least I'm really feeling that currently. Like I've had in the past, like I think better art pieces in general, and I just want to really get back into it and like be able to So, like, feel proud. Feel at least a little more proud of, like, what I'm putting out. This earrings over here is going to be a little small because, like, the angle and such. Yeah. Like, it feels wrong. I'm like, oh, the earring's so tiny. It's like, yeah, it's because the angle. You got, the angle is all making it look distant and such. Goodness, we have had, because it's so hot outside, we've had, like, some bugs, like, flying in, and, like, I stepped outside with Serby because we were gonna go pick up the food, and, like, I keep getting eaten up. My skin is, like, so fucking itchy. It's like every time I look, it's like there's a bite mark on my arm. Or, like, or like a cat scratch from, like, my sweet kitty. Love her a lot, but she doesn't know how to put her claws away. I have to be careful with that. I don't want to, like, get, like, cat scratch fever or whatever the heck it's called. I don't want to get sick from a cat. I sent a new piece I've been working on, but I'm now stuck on it because I don't know what to do next. Oh, shoot. Is it in the Discord? Let me look. Let me look. Oh, I got a notification. Let's see. Oh, that's my own. Oh yeah, we also, I am just seeing this now. Jolly is also live. If you haven't already, Jolly is a friend of the channel, so, if you want to find somebody who does, I feel like, fairly, vastly different content than me, like, he plays, like, more obscure games, and he also really likes to play, like, Guitar Hero and such. So if you like that, you should go check him out. He's a very lovely community member. I do, in fact, very much recommend, so, perhaps go check him out. So, I haven't been able to catch his streams as of late, so I don't know what he has been streaming as of the last, shoot, I don't know. I don't remember when I actually last caught Jolly. I know it wasn't, like, that long ago. But, like, I know he does that, so make sure you go check him out. Da, 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 da. Oh, oh. And we're gonna get these pieces fixed up. I also gotta fix, like, some of the parts. Clip Studio has this, like, it's very customizable in, like, its bucket tool and, like, selection tools, but it can be really frustrating. I don't know how to, like, describe it. She doesn't look, I feel like I did something wrong. She doesn't look like the drawing. Oh. I feel so confused. I feel so conflicted. I've committed crimes, and I don't know how to fix. I know that there's a little bit of this I'm missing. Maybe that will fix. I feel like I butchered your character. Like, I don't think, like, I'm entirely wrong, but, like, I don't know how to make her look more like her. But I also like to do, like, more wolf features. I think it's because of the snout. Because I do more of, like, an actual, like, trying to do more of an actual, like, wolf snout. I don't know. Oh, goodness. I feel like, yeah. The neck fluff looks too thick, unless that was asked. Oh, you're right. You're right. The neck fluff is too thick. Alright, we're gonna go back to the drawing board here. Here, y'all. Alright, we're gonna just scrap this. And go from there. Cause yeah, the neck fluff is a bit much. It's a little too thick, I think. So alright. I think it's also partly the eyelashes too are throwing me off. We're gonna wait, I think it's more of, I want to give, like, some fluff to the like, to the neck and such, but like, I feel like it's not particularly very thick. Gosh, okay. What is this? I don't know what this line is. I have no idea. Oh, I think that was, like, a little stray hair I made. There we go. The neck's too long too. Oh no. Oh no, I did so much. Oh gosh, okay. The power that it can do. Okay, let's just like cut this down a bit more. And here, maybe I can like crop it. Maybe I can cut it to be to fit better. Maybe I can pull it up. It won't look too bad. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to flip the canvas. Okay. Do a little bit of this maybe. Oh, the hairs are not. Oh gosh, okay. I think I gotta redo it. I'm gonna have to ball this because I already deleted like the sketch that I was using for this. Oh, actually, I guess I can keep the hair the way it is, but I gotta like redraw all of this. I thought this would be a quicker drawing. I probably am not even gonna get the other one done on stream, so I'll probably just do that behind the scenes and then clear out my queue. Dang. Yeah, this is lots and lots of art to do. It's just been so hot. I've been like kind of drained. Art's a lot to do, and I really like doing art. It's just really like it's been so hot and like kind of miserable where we're at, and like you can't really escape the heat. And like the bugs are coming in, and it's like ah. Not to like, gripe and groan. I am not, it's not that bad. It's just like makes you kind of go bleh for a moment and then you just keep going. That's not a wolf, that's a sheep. Yeah, that's fair. It's not like wolves still can have like kind of fluffy necks, but like I have that like on Serby's design, for example. And I don't think it's like too bad. Oh, let me show like a better angle. Like we got like kind of the fluffy neck here, and that's what I was trying to do here, but I did not do it too well. Like trying to create like a fluffy wolf, but she is not quite as fluffy, so that's something to keep in mind. Alright, we're just gonna kind of ball like I normally do with like at least my old drawings and such. Really should have more structure to this, but probably okay. Yeah. And then this is where I'm gonna do it on like other layers so I can like maybe I can build up on this more. And there's that. We're gonna kind of connect it to the bottom here. All right. So, oh gosh. Okay, wait. It's so leaned. Okay, that's why it's looking wrong. Is I need to pull this up. So we're gonna use my favorite tool here, and just kind of start maybe pulling this piece up, like maybe pushing that in. Oh no, it's still like I'm trying not to give it like the stretched effect. It's still something with the face. I think I messed up somewhere here. Like maybe that. That doesn't look as bad. There's something missing here, and I don't know. I think it's the angle of the face is wrong. I might have to come back to this one. This one might have to be like redone. I do not feel very confident on that one. Oh no, that's so demoralizing. Okay. It's okay. I'll come back to this one. I think we'll save her for a little bit later. And I'll probably get out like the sketch for this next character. So we're going to move on. Mayhaps. Oh, I am kind of hitting that art block. I did do a lot of art today. So I might be having an art block. So I might actually just start turning this into a just chatting stream. I don't know if y'all would be opposed to that. But I think that might be the move for tonight is to just kind of chat. And that will also allow me to have more of like a direct convo with y'all. So I will be doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think I've already like I put it out in the air. And so that's the plan, at least for the next hour. Plus I've been more in like a chatty mood. So I wanna chat more than anything. I've been having a lot of fun drawing eyes where I make their tear ducts and eye bags very prominent. I do love like under eyes. I love like the little like dark circles under eyes and things like that. That's something in art styles I love. I love. Uh Gosh. Oh gosh, well, I'm trying to update the tile. I'm a little slow with doing that. Alright, just chatting and update. There we go. And we'll move over to here. But yeah, no, I've been really enjoying trying to kind of play around with like art and just kind of getting out of my comfort zone a little bit more. Oh shoot. Our food might be here. This might be a good time actually for me to stop stream or not stop streaming. Oh my gosh, my bad. Sorry, not streaming. Stop streaming art is what I was attempting to say. But I paused. I didn't commit to the sentence because I was like, oh no, did I word this weirdly? I like using the 5 lines brush. It's kind of weird on simple eyes, but I think it works on my new one. I see. I'm not sure I'm familiar with the 5 lines brush. It sounds pretty self-explanatory, but I haven't really dipped into like a lot of like brushes. I usually stick to like the defaults of like Clip Studio, and the brushes I'm using currently, I only actually did that because I accidentally deleted my main brush. And I don't know how to make like I don't know how to bring it back. So I went and found one that was like kind of similar, which is what I've been using as like my line art cuz I like it to be a little textured. I like messing around with funky brushes. I do like I love watching shorts and like little TikToks and stuff about like people using like new brushes and they'll be like here's this masterpiece and then they zoom in and it's like somebody's face is just the brush. I'm like that is so talented. I wish I could be like an artist like that where they're like I'm just going to manifest stuff. British. Oh, it sounds like there might be complications with our food. No. Uh-oh. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get food eventually, hopefully. Um
At least this one
Oh.
informed me that location is actually closed. We're gonna see if they can transfer it to a different location. That would be why. I don't know why the previous delivery driver didn't let me know that.
Yeah.
That would have been nice information.
Yeah, he didn't let us know cuz yeah, we're like, "Whoa." So apparently the place we're getting our food from is closed tonight. And it didn't let us know. Nobody let us know. I'm like, "Ah." Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I might be a little cooked tonight. I'm usually I can usually get my head into the game after like a couple minutes, but like I'm honestly letting y'all just kind of do your thing, tell me about your days and such. But I will be back absolutely full force as much as I can tomorrow. I'm gonna make that happen. It's one of those days where like I feel kind of stagnant. I'm like, what do I want to do? Didn't get anything done today. Didn't really watch anything. I just kind of like existed. To be honest, if y'all asked me what I did, I would truly be like, I don't know. Don't know. I moved a table. No, not a table. I moved a drawer. Like like a little tall drawer to like put your stuff in, like a bedroom drawer. And I like moved around a couple items and went, "Yep. That's what I did today." Lots of progress. And like YouTube videos, I've been like on this trend, I guess maybe, like trend of just watching, like, old royal family stuff. Like, I've been on, like, the Tudor family stuff again. I'm like, I'm getting recommended it so aggressively. I'm like, oh, but like the titles are so clickable. I'm like, oh, I do want to know where like Elizabeth the First was buried. Like, or I would love to know about King Henry the Eighth's like illegitimate children and what happened to them. And like, I'm such a sucker for like clickbait stuff. I swear. I think as like an old person, I'm gonna be like one of those people who are like, there's gonna be like some advanced like scam in the future where it's like youtube.com and like people have embedded a scam within a video, and if you click on that video your whole computer will just explode, but you're still on youtube.com. It's not like another site. Like I feel like that's our future. It's like you click on it and like
No, our future is spinning up a virtual AI agent to talk to the AI agents at like banks and fucking tax departments and shit like that to AI freak info and account information from the stupid fucking AI. Like the person who got the president's Twitter account by talking to Twitter support AI bot and getting it to change the email address that was tied to the password recovery, and then doing password recovery. That's what that actually happened.
that's yeah, no, I believe it. I believe it.
That's what's going to end up happening. Just two AI chatbots talking to each other to get
What?
bank information.
It's like I feel like in the future we're gonna have like our AI agent getting scammed by other AI agents. And then we go to another AI agent to fix the problem. There's no human interaction, and it's just like it's balanced out because if you get scammed, you're gonna get like your bot's gonna scam another bot, and then like the money just gets passed around evenly. True democracy, maybe. I don't know. Have my agent call your agent, literally. Father Gublin, Father Gublin, what does thou think of new creation? Let me look at new creation. Oh, that is very nice. Oh, I like the little texture on the like outfit piece. It's like, is it swimsuit piece? One piece? I'm not really sure. Oh, and like the little disconnected arm. I really like your style. It's very, very nice. It feels like, it gives me very much Omari vibes. Is that the game? It gives me a lot of that. And as somebody who's not played that game or like really seen a lot of media about it, it gives me a lot of that art style. And I think that's very cool. Like a video game, like I feel like your art would be very good for like a video game. Like one of those like what is the type of game that like Doki Doki Literature Club is where like you click visual novel game, like a visual novel game. Yeah. That's the word I was trying to find. Someone's gotta make a love story about that. The thing is, it's supposed to be their actual torso. Oh! I see. That's really cool. I do like that. Now that I like, oh yeah, I can see it. To me, I took it as initially like a swimsuit piece, but I think it's just because of how it's angled and like some of the shadowing doesn't it makes it because like the shadows are kind of up against the piece or like the little torso piece there, or torso, I guess that would be the more accurate wording, is that. Oh, we got more. Oh, we got food.
Hello, chat.
Oh my goodness, chat, we gotta say hello to Morg.
Hi, chat. I brought your streamer pork chop and mashed potato and gravy and broccoli.
Oh, yummy. I shall take that piece. That is a lot of meat. I can handle a lot. Okay, I'm sorry. The filter came up. I'm sorry. This is not an appropriate thing to tell.
Big pork chop.
I need to not say that to Serby's literal sister. That's so awkward.
Like, he doesn't say the same shit to me all the fucking
Okay,
time.
but like, I don't know if that's normal sibling stuff. All right,
What?
I've never had a
You
sibling.
hate me all the time?
I said.
Just in general, I was referring to it.
Serby, come look at my meal. Look at my meal here. Do you notice
Your
something?
man commented on the quantity of my meat.
I said that's a lot of meat. I can handle a lot, and then I stopped. That was the Serby's walking away. Serby did not like that. I'm getting ghosts. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being a little too like personable while I'm streaming. Oopsie daisy. Oh my bad. Listen, I love my partner, and sometimes
so tired, and I'm so tired because I went to bed.
Serby's so
at,
tired.
like,
Hold on.
10.
Have chat hear you, so at least I don't have to translate again.
I'm so tired, and I'm so tired because I went to bed at 10 yesterday. And I went to bed at 10 yesterday because I was running around doing shit all day yesterday.
Would you like some of my meat?
Did you not like the meat? Have you even tried it?
No, the meat's good. It's a lot of meat. I cannot, in fact, handle a lot of meat.
Oh, they're stuck together.
Yeah, take the whole thing. Got it. There you go. Enjoy my meat, Pookie. Don't worry, Ken. I'm sorry.
You were horrible.
I am not a horrible human being. Serby's so mean to me, y'all. Oh, thank you for the hydration. Let me get some of that.
Get no bitches.
You're right. I don't get any bitches. I already have bitches. Serby's so mean. The kind of stuff I say to my homies, I just say, like, that's the beauty of, like, marrying your best friend. You get the homies on the go at all times. Damn, these mashed potatoes are fucking good. I do just like mashed potatoes in general. So I hope that, I hope I'm not smacking into the microphone too much. But I also feel like maybe this community of mine I have cultivated, it's like a 50-50 if y'all like ASMR, like chewing noises or not. So some of y'all might be enjoying this, some of y'all are like, ew. Her 2013? Oh shoot. Is that an actual, like, wait, hold on, what is her? I've never watched that. I see, okay. Oh. More food's been brought. I have no idea. I think he went somewhere that way. More food is being brought to Serby. But Serby isn't here. Luckily, it doesn't bother me, or those mukbang videos would have grossed me out, lol. Oh, yeah, that's fair. No. I hate, like, I don't want to, like, be smacking big loudly into y'all's ears, but I love ASMR. Okay, Serby, you're gonna actually, there's viewers that'll actually leave. You gotta, my number's dropping to 1 immediately. Everybody's leaving the chat. No, I love ASMR, and I really love, I like the sound of people chewing. I don't know, am I weird for that? Like, I'm like, ooh, that's, they eating good. But I more or less, like, my go-to, like, ASMR is, like, hair brushing. Like, a wooden hairbrush against hair, it's delectable. It's divine. I'm eating that hair now. Nah. Now I want food. Serby, you're so spicy. You made people hungry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, shit.
What
I forgot about... You're making the chat hungry. How dare.
Chat should go eat. The chat should eat with you.
Oh yeah, we could have just like a enjoying food. Oh shit, my thing didn't update. I'm still on art. I meant to go to just chatting. What the heck? Just chatting. There we go. I don't know why that didn't update. I'm sorry, y'all. There you go. We should be in the correct category now. Yay! My favorite ASMRs are those crunchy, squishy stuff or cats purring. Ooh, yeah, the crunchy like wax stuff. I'm guessing that's what you mean. It's like when they put the wax on the stuff and they crunch it. Those are really good. They're not like my go-to though. Like I enjoy myself some like I was always a big fan of like the ear massage, or like hair brushing. sometimes I really enjoy like the ASMR roleplay stuff, but like it's very particular, and that the big reason I like that is they're very much will do like the hands in your face thing. They're like plucking your negative energy, pluck, 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 and like I enjoyed that so much, and I used to watch those, and it became like a running gag with like Serby and I. Because Serby would be spicy and I would like raise my hands and I'd like gently grab in front of his face and I'd be like plucking your negative energy, pluck, pluck, pluck. And like I wish y'all could see what I was doing, but Serby did not enjoy it. I'm plucking your negative energy, pluck, 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 pluck. Don't not turn off my PC. Please don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just trying to get rid of your negative energy, love. I gotta rage bait my Pookie at least a little bit. Alright, that's the thing. Now that I get to sit by Serby much more often, well, maybe much more often. Usually by the time I'm streaming, Serby would not be here. It's just...
Worst trade deal in the history of the world, maybe ever.
Chat. He's so mean to me. Oh, once I found an ASMRist that made collaring ASMR, but in the theme of best friend rants about tech and working with annoying customers in IT. I see. Okay, so it was like they're putting a collar on you while they vent about tech and working in IT. Is that what's happening, or did I misunderstand? Are we talking about literally collaring people like we are pets type of thing, or is it like yeah, and cuddling and rambling? Oh, I see. Okay, I follow. Okay, that's kind of cool. I vibe. Oh, we got more coming back. What's happening?
Gravy.
Do you want
You
extra
want it?
gravy, Serby?
Steps?
You want extra gravy? Okay.
You like additional gravy?
I do not, but thank you. Pet play, but platonic. I think that's fun. That's a fun like category of like ASMR of just like
a little, because I'm on a plate.
So I'm so overstimulated. I feel like a goldfish, like any like new stimuli that enters my vicinity, whether it's somebody or like a voice or anything, I'm just like, what's happening? See, this is why I feel like I'm a much better like solo streamer when I actually like am solo. And like collaborations, I'm good because everybody else is funnier than me, so like it works out. Which I do want to get into collab stuff again. I'm trying not to smack into the mic. Alright. But yeah, I do want to play more like collaborative games and dipping into collabs. I just need to do it. That's the thing, is like because I'm just shy and I don't talk to people, I haven't done a lot of collabs, but I did join a little VTuber collab group friendship thing, so there might be that. I know also in the past I collaborated with like Gray, and that collaboration did kind of stagnate for a while just because he was involved in a controversy that was very reasonable, so, and I definitely wanted to put my distance for a while because it did not represent my community, who I am, and not who I associate with. And I wanted to make sure I saw change in him and like his actions, and really know that like he meant to change. It wasn't like an intentional thing. And I feel like that might be the case, and so I would like to maybe tiptoe and see. But I definitely I don't know. I want to make sure that the people I'm friends with are not like, I don't want to, it hurts a lot to have like to meet somebody and be like, "Oh, this is my friend," and then find out that like they did something bad that's like, ooh, or like, you know, they're a horrible person sort of thing. And like I've definitely been burned at least a few times with friendships and such, so I'm definitely a little more hesitant, and that's why I also am hesitant with like collabing. Is I want to feel comfortable and like the people I'm interacting with are chill and like good people, and so I believe in change. That's the thing too. Is it's not like, they do something bad and if it wasn't like if they can grow and learn from it, like I'm willing to open my arms again, but I also want to feel like they genuinely are changing to be better people and not just because like they got caught in something. Survey's phone cracks me up. He has this notification where it's like, uh, can't catch this gravy train or something. And every time, like, I'll be laying in bed sometimes, and he'll have his phone on like the notification, and I'll be snuggled up right up close to him. My eyes are fluttering asleep, and it's just can't catch this gravy train from across the room, and it cracks me up so much. I feel like some of this information Serby's learning about for the first time. It's just like, oh, Bit notices this. So, I don't know. He's silly. He's silly. Um, mm. It always sucks when you find that stuff out. I try not to get into drama anymore because I used to get into drama / controversy all the time because apparently adults don't know how to be responsible adults when I was 16 to 17. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's also definitely a more awkward one for me because I was the one who brought this up to Gray as the information was brought to me, and then I brought that information to Gray, and I was like, "Hey, I I can't believe you did this. This is not cool." And then he gave his side, and we kind of talked back and forth, and I know I could be kind of naive, so I try to see the best in people, but I also know that about myself and I'm like, "Hey, I need to see a lot of change and I need to know that, cuz he gave an explanation as to what happened." And it's like, "Okay, I see it, and if this really is like what you're saying, then like I feel like we could eventually come back and like come to this point." Because like I'm being vague about it because I'm not like trying to drag him or like have him chained down to this history for like the rest of his days, especially if it was something that he was just simply ignorant on. Then I don't want it to like haunt him forever. But it is also something that's very important as to why I took a step back and why I'm kind of very lightly dipping my toes in months later to kind of see how I feel on this. And like there was at least a hot second that I wasn't talking to him because I was like, I you're somebody I built a friendship with, and I don't wanna hurt not only myself but like people, because like what ended up happening was it wasn't like it was something that I can't personally get offended about or like be upset over because it wasn't I'm not the demographic that he hurt. Is I was not part of the group that he hurt, so I can't really be upset on their behalf. Like I can be like, "Whoa, that's not cool. Don't say that." But like I cannot be personally offended if that makes sense. Like it didn't hurt me. It's like the best way I could put it is like if like somebody says like the N-word, like I could be like, "Yo, you can't say that," right? But like I'm not black, so it doesn't directly hurt me, if that makes sense. That's the best way I can say it. But yeah, it wasn't. That's an example that it wasn't. There wasn't that though. But that's the best way I can like describe it. Is like he said something that hurt a group of people, and I was not a part of that group. So it's one of those where it's like I don't know. So I'm trying to slowly see, because I do believe in change, and if people can change, then hell yeah, hell yeah. But yeah. So but anyway, my big overarching thing is I'm very much hesitant around like forming new collabs outside of like my direct circle of like Hellborns and like you know, I like hanging out with them, and like meeting new people is also very scary too. And like I did step out of my comfort zone, and I did kind of at least lightly collab. I didn't stream it on my end because it fell on like one of my off days, and I very much like to maintain my schedule. I hate throwing like random days in, and I have people here that really enjoy um having their streaks, and I'm not trying to like break y'all's streaks by randomly streaming at an odd day on an odd hour that I normally am not. So I also try to see the best in people to the point where if the bond has been a thing for a long enough, I forget non-existent boundaries, and breaking second chances is a bad thing. Thanks, Mom. Love her, but people act surprised when I say I forgave her. Not trauma-dumping, by the way. Just adding to the combo. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm pretty relaxed in general about like, um, especially if like the information's prevalent and stuff of like trauma dumping. Like if you come in and we're like, I love puppies, and then you're like, my whole family fucking died, then they're like, that's like, okay. Let's like, I'm so sorry that happened. I really am. I hate that for you. I don't know what to say, kind of thing. It's not like I don't care. It's like I don't know how to respond to this, especially because we were just talking about puppies, sort of thing. But like in instances like this, I feel like it's very pressing, especially in like here. I have a very complicated history with like my own family, and it has affected like my boundaries and stuff. And I'm as an adult also, like I very much understand that sentiment of when you don't learn boundaries, or like you're learned, or not learned, you're taught to ignore boundaries, sort of thing. It can be very detrimental to like your adult life, and it affects how you navigate things. So I definitely understand that sentiment of just like having especially like parental figures like pushing that, and then how you would go into friendships and stuff. You take those lessons you learn from your parents, and then it affects your friendships and can make them very toxic depending on like who you're friends with, sort of thing. Is because you'll have friends who will take advantage of that, and that's also something that I'm learning, and kind of why it's so pressing to me with like collabs and such, and why I have to take a step back even more from people, is because I I want to see the best in people, but sometimes I can be very much like too forgiving, especially with like the environment I grew up in, and being very understanding of coming out of like having friends that have come out of like bigoted lives and such, and being like, hey, I genuinely don't agree with this. I was raised in a household with like bigoted views, sort of thing. And then taking that into your adult life and having to unlearn that and going, hey, I don't want to perpetrate this. But when you grow up with that, you know, sort of thing, is it can affect your language in ways that you don't even think it would affect it. You think that you've unlearned everything, but it can still crop up in ways that until you get to that point, you wouldn't see that, sort of thing. And I know in my case, I have experienced that. I have grown up in a household where there was bigoted views that it wasn't as strong as other households, but it was enough to where like I had to actively go, hey, this is something first of all, I don't even agree with. But the language still gets embedded into everyday conversations that aren't even related to that. But it's, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's, the point is like I try and be understanding as somebody who came from a not ideal household and values that I never agreed with, but it still can come out in ways that like being ignorant. It's the thing is like it stems from a lot of ignorance around like those topics, and I think that's also what leads to people being bigoted, is just being ignorant. And then it trickles down in the generations, and until somebody actively goes out of their way to fight it. Like I feel like I'm a very different person than all like my other family, but you know, I could still say something absolutely, you know, out of line, and I won't mean it that way, but because I'm ignorant, I need to be corrected. And then at that point I can either choose to accept that, and not be a bigot, or I could ignore it and be bigoted and then hateful, and that's not cool. And that's not what I want to do. I want to learn and be a better person and not be hateful, because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being a hateful person. And I want my actions to reflect that. That's ultimately, for me, the mindset of your actions speak louder than like words. Words certainly do matter. I don't want to imply that, but I will always take somebody's actions more than like their words. And especially if it's like one-off words, like, oh, you said something out of line that you didn't realize was messed up. Now now do the actions and not do that again, sort of thing. And I think that holds a lot more power. Both very powerful. Once again, take both with importance, and you know, determine it on your own, sort of thing. Once again, I always am an advocate of, like, think for yourself in whatever ways that, like, take information, educate yourself, but come to your own conclusions, sort of thing. It will also feel very much more satisfying when you come to your own conclusions, sort of thing, and it's not just, hey, somebody said this to me. Like, think about the information, determine how you feel on it, and grow. So let's see. Yeah, she's 1 year sober, but whenever I mention the shit she did, my friends act really concerned for me, and I just have to shrug because there's nothing I can do besides heal within time. Yeah, no, I absolutely feel that. I absolutely feel that. I have a parent that is in that same sort of boat, and so I understand the feeling of or like having to kind of go, you can't change the past, but like we can only go forward, and it's a mixed bag of like you can forgive, and that's up to you. It's different for everybody. I feel like the mindset of like you have to forgive this person so that you can move on isn't always accurate. I don't believe in that personally. I feel like it helps a lot of people, but forcing somebody to forgive, like that has to come naturally for them. They have to make those steps for themselves to on their own forgive. Like telling somebody to forgive when they're not ready to, maybe it works periodically, but I feel like it's not something that, is the best thing. Especially people being like, hey, you gotta forgive, or like, oh, you need to completely do this or XYZ. It just really comes to that, down to that person and whatever's best for them. Whether it's cutting them off or forgiving, it can go either way in that case. And I definitely feel that as a person with an estranged parent. So, or at least we're mostly estranged. Let's see. I didn't stop feeling anger at her almost every day until a few months ago because the abuse lasted for 18 years. Yeah, no, I feel that. I absolutely feel that. When it's so built into like your everyday life and like abuse and stuff, it's really hard to like, it's hard to forgive. I think that is a fair thing. It's like it's very hard to forgive. And I feel like there's more I could say on it, but I'm also like, I'm not trying to be too heavy, but also this is a heavy topic, so I guess like my once again, when you're around it, you can kind of lose sight of how serious conversations like these could be, because it's like, oh, this is like our everyday, like this is normal. So I yeah. Let's see. I don't like showing anger, because it reminds me of my parents, but I'm not sure how to deal with it without bottling it up. I know anger isn't inherently bad, but I still feel guilt and shame. She's been doing really well. Even tried to quit cigarettes. That's nice. Heck yeah. That is good progress. That is good progress. And like encouraging that. But I definitely understand the feelings of anger. I know myself. I used to have such rage. I used to just be so angry, and I've gotten a lot better, but the situation I was in, it made a lot of sense for me to be angry. And I think once you start taking steps back and like you focus on yourself and you realize that, especially when you're an adult, and that's when you're an adult and you're not living under like their household, when you're on your own and you're able to separate yourself from the situation, is a lot of that weight can, at least in my case, it fell off. A lot of it did, because it's like the stakes weren't quite there. You didn't have to live and see that abuse and experience that abuse like every day or like most days. You didn't have to walk on eggshells. And a lot of that will taper off. It doesn't come off immediately, right? I'm coming up on my second year of being moved out of like my household and being more separated from the situations. And I feel like I'm just kind of coming out of it. I'm coming out of a lot of those feelings, and it doesn't crop up. Yeah, those feelings will crop up, and like you can heal as much as you can, but saying that like you'll never re-experience these feelings again, like people are only human, and eventually I think they will ease, and then you will not feel as angry. Um and also, like, when you're no longer under somebody's household and, like, you're 18 and stuff, is you are able to set boundaries a lot more, and if people don't respect those boundaries, they don't have to be in your life, and it is a hard thing to experience. Um, I absolutely understand the feeling of, like, cutting off, for the most part, like, a family member, especially a close one, and, like, but, like, you gotta look out for yourself. As far as any of us are aware, we only have one life, so, like, let's make it as nice as we can. And, like, we might have other lives, but, like, we won't know that as us, probably, maybe, I don't know. But, depends on, like, whatever religion, or if you believe in a religion sort of mindset. It's interesting how my self-destructive behaviors are almost self-destructive, or how my destructive behaviors are almost self-destructive. Oops, my bad, my bad. I recently had a deep conversation with somebody, and they asked a few questions about how I feel about a. Oh. Sturby's phone's playing sick beats. um, but yeah, no, that's something I did notice. I do notice with like people that go through like abuse and like anger issues and self-destructive behavior. Um, and then, like in my case, the best way I know how to talk about it, and this is gonna get into like my trans journey, at least in some ways. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. 1 second. Um, is like for me it also manifested in a lot of like my identity and how I treated myself because of like that destructive behavior, that self-destructive behavior, is because I got to always be the problem. I also saw my own gender identity as a problem, and so I absolutely relate to that in like hating myself, hating my identity and gender, more than like just like being trans. I feel like that's kind of a common experience, at least with being trans, is that there is almost this like a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times there's people who are like, I hate I hate how I was like born, and it's eating me up, but I'm supposed to conform, sort of thing. Oh gosh, why is my face so itchy? Ah, it's that time where like my face itches randomly, and it's like driving me nuts for like the next 3 hours. Mm, mm, mm. That is good mashed potatoes. Holy shit! Every time I take a bite of these mashed potatoes, I'm like, damn, I love mashed potatoes. Fun fact, I love mashed potatoes, y'all. um, but like I really was very much like I hated myself. I couldn't understand why I was like what I was doing that made like when I would set boundaries, I was still being like villainized for it, and I couldn't understand for the longest time why I was why I was so wrong, but I also had this mindset of like I wanted to understand and grow. Like if I was the problem, I wanted to fix it. And in my case, I was just it manifested even more, especially being trans, because I started to view that as something I needed to fix, and then that turned into like hyper femininity in like an unhealthy way that was like turning into like self-hatred kind of hyper femininity, which turned out to like I was feminine, but like not in like a girl way. And that was a journey I had to take a lot of time to like grow from. and it started with healing a lot of this like abuse. So I absolutely feel that. I absolutely feel that. My mindset right now is that as long as nobody else is getting hurt or burdened by my actions, then it doesn't matter what happens to me, even though I know that's not okay all the time. No, I don't think that that's the case. Because you should still be trying to. I want to make sure I choose my words carefully. Is there's a level of looking out for yourself that you want to be happy. You want to be happy. And it's like if you're causing others to get hurt and stuff, there's that, but like you still should find ways to be happy, find less destructive ways. And you shouldn't be destructive towards yourself. And this is not like to be like shaming. It's just like, hey, this is a gentle thing of like, hey, this is a warning sign to start getting help for this sort of thing. I think that's the best way I can put it. Is like talking to somebody. Talking to somebody can make a world of difference. Is the weight you're feeling. And this is actually something Serby has told me. Is like he's not holding, or at least in his case, and this won't always be the case for everybody else, but in our relationship, whenever I'm feeling stressed and I need a vent to Serby, and then I'll feel guilty for doing that, and he'll be like, the weight you're feeling is only like a fraction for me. And is that always going to be the case for everybody? Like, are you going to have friends that are like super, super empathetic that are going to like sit with it and really mull on it? Yeah. And maybe those aren't the people to talk to, but, like find somebody trusted. And like, I don't know. Mm. Mm. Yum, 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 yum. I've learned more about my gender identity, and it's just gender. Yes, it a gender. See, that's I definitely I relate to that. I relate to that. Now one sec. This is good broccoli. I'm probably gonna say that a few more times. So sorry, y'all. I'm so repetitive with this. But before I came out as trans mask, I definitely felt very much more like the non-binary section, but then like as I kind of grew and I understood myself more, I was like, no, I feel like non-binary, at least for me, was more of a for me it was a cop out from saying I'm trans mask. I didn't want to press the button. I didn't want to fully transition because I had a very specific idea of how I needed to be trans. And then I learned that that's not the case, and I just realized that I was just like a very feminine trans dude. But during that time, I really felt very much like I am gender. I just want to exist. I just want I want people to know I exist, but I don't want to fall into like gender. So it's kind of like I half relate because that wasn't like my final journey. But I wanted to be perceived. I really liked the ideal of like biblically accurate angels. It's like, yes, that's what I want to be. I just want to be like that. I also took mine in a more like very literal sense. I'm like, well, it's like physically, I guess I'm this, but I'm like I'm just a brain in a head, and like that's me. I don't feel like a brain in a head is like a gender. That's how I always like perceived it for a while. Well, I've been bedrotting. My mom has been looking for a new psychiatrist for me, so that's a good thing. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Those are the first steps. As somebody who doesn't always follow my own advice, I highly recommend like finding somebody to talk to, and like if the psychiatrist you're talking to is not listening to you and you're able to find another. Keep looking around until you find a psychiatrist that will like listen to you, because I as a kid, this was like completely unrelated to like my own mental health really. But I had a psychiatrist. It was a court assigned one, which is kind of weird lore to drop. But I had a court assigned psychiatrist, and I felt very dismissed by that person. So if you feel dismissed by a psychiatrist, please look around, because it can very much damage your relationship with like the idea of therapy and like getting help. And I think that is so unfortunate. And I've seen it firsthand with like other people in my life where they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to go to therapy cuz like it won't do anything." And it was very likely because they just didn't have a psychiatrist that was really helping them the way they needed. And that was very unfortunate. I don't mind being called a woman, man, creature as long as they treat me with love and peace. I don't care. That's fair. That's fair. I absolutely respect that. I feel like that should be at least the norm in a lot of ways. In general, I feel like people should just respect others and like give love, and I wish there was more like community nowadays. I know like from everything I've gathered of like the past and just like your parents and like your grandparents' generations, maybe probably great grandparents as well. There was a lot more community mindset, and I would love to. I wish that was a more or something that we would see more often now. You can kind of get community in like more ways, like with game communities, fandoms, art communities, vlogging. It comes in all kinds of different forms, but I wish that like more physical community existed in a lot of ways. It's been reduced, not like gone. I don't think the concept of like in real life community will completely die. But it has certainly reduced a lot. And that's quite unfortunate. The scale of it's shrunk, and so not everybody can like go to community and like have communities maintained because it's more like costly. If I'm making sense. Let's see. I had a past psychiatrist, but she stopped working there when I needed to get on my new meds. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Well, hopefully you're able to get a new one and like be able to start connecting and be able to get what you need. I used to have a therapist, but I struggled with waking up every appointment. Oh, yeah, that's fair. It's good to try and get to those though if you're able to. I wish there weren't more. I wish there were. Sorry, I wish there weren't. I wish there were more communities that weren't religious or age based. Yeah, that's something I absolutely feel. Because there is a lot of communities, especially in like religious settings, but I want to see more of like non-religious ones. Is because not everybody's religious, and like these communities can be really good. I'm not gonna like trash on religion fully. I know that like I have bad experiences with religion, but not every religious person is bad. But I also there's also something very inherently with religious groups if you're not religious, because there is always the desire that the community members will want you to convert to their religion, because that's tends to be how religions work. You might find some where they're like, yeah, you don't have to convert, and that's okay. But like finding that or finding a group where like that won't happen is kind of and especially if you get into like the more nuanced things with that. Age based is also, yeah, I want to see more groups where it's not like age based. Because a lot of like community stuff I will see now, or at least in the areas I've seen it, are like very much geared to like kids or teens or young adults. And like although I'm still in that age group, I oh shoot, also, we have the ad break coming up. If you haven't already, maybe consider dropping me a sub. You can also drop me a Prime. It is free. That is done with my advertisement. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But to continue, as I do notice that it's all like very much like leaned towards that, or it's like very much like very older people stuff. And I don't really see a lot of like yeah, like 30 to 50, which I think in your case, a lot of stuff near me is 30 to 50 plus. Yeah, there's that too. Or like I will oh, my cat thing's going off. It's her feeding time. Let's see. Gosh, I gotta catch up. I do request to join a walking group that supports all ages plus neurodivergence and disabilities, so I hope I get accepted. Yeah. Yeah, see, like that's stuff for like I really like that. I would love to have like more open communities where like there's just community stuff where like you don't really have to like sign up. You can just kind of show up. And I think that's a nice fun like casual, more like open thing. It's not, because I feel like also, especially for people who maybe like autistic or ADHD or just in general like not neurotypical, signing up for stuff can like be very anxiety inducing. So I wish there was more of that, more accessibility in those areas. Yeah. Let's see. A lot of stuff near me is 30 to 50 plus. Oh, so in your case it's like the opposite. It's like flipped. Um I depending on your area, especially if you're in a like a big city, like you're gonna get a lot of like variety and such, but like in more rural areas, you just don't get a lot of options, and like it becomes age dependent on like your area, sort of thing. I guess like I'm trying to figure out like if you like once again if you live in like a more rural area that only has like older people, all the activities are going to be much more geared towards older people, and like vice versa of like you live in an area full of younger people, you'll see a lot of that, and you'll especially see a lot of things that I don't like and I'm not a big fan of is that in like where I used to live is a lot of like young adult activities, actually even where I live now is a lot of like young adult to adult activities I see just involve like partying and clubbing. And like I enjoyed when I went to the club for my 21st birthday last year, but like I I don't know. Like I don't really like the whole culture around like most activities being like drink based, like drinking and liquor and stuff. I want to see more like just general community stuff that's not like big like drinking and partying and like now you're tapped out for like the next day or two cuz now you're hungover. I don't know. As somebody who's not very much into liquor, I guess I'm a little biased on it. Let's see. It's an easy sign up for me personally because there's only 3 questions and it's like, did you read the rules and how did you hear about us and waiting? That's fair, that's fair. Sometimes those questions are like, how did you hear about us? I'm like, I don't want to answer this. I don't I'm over here like, I feel like I'm gonna give like a life story. And like, this is not information they need or information I particularly want to give, but like, my brain doesn't know how to just like shorten this answer. Let's see. There's a lot of older gens in my area, so maybe I'm looking in the wrong areas. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I used to live in like a like older neighborhood. Like it was all retirees. I lived with like my grandparents because they raised me for the most part. And yeah, like if I in like that kind of, well, at least early in my childhood, it was mostly like more like adult activities. But by the time like became an adult, my area built up a lot and it became much more like diverse in age group and things like that. So yeah, even when I turn 21, I won't drink because my mom's forever recovering from alcohol addiction. I absolutely feel that. I was definitely very turned off from the idea of alcohol for a very long time. As somebody who has family that specifically alcohol addiction is very, very prevalent in my family, very directly, very, very directly associated with like my family. And it's like myself and one other family member has been like at least on one side of my family has been the only ones to like kind of break the cycle. So I've been very mindful of that. And I wanna like say like liquor is not, as somebody who has dealt with that, liquor on its own is not bad. It's just you got to be very careful with it. And this applies to even if you don't have a history of it, you got to be so careful with it. Um and like you got to take breaks. So I set rules for myself with like liquor. It's like, oh, I'll it helps I also like to drink lighter drinks in general. So just kind of like just know yourself and don't feel pressured. Like that's the thing is don't feel pressured to drink. If that's not what you want to do, more power to you. I happen to want to do that. And it was I think my perception of it really changed when I actually got a job at a liquor store. I thought that was the funniest thing is like I I'd spent a lot of my life going, I'm not really into liquor. And like I felt like it was a pretty good job because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna really like want to try the products, and I'm also for most of my job, like the month I turned 21 was the month I was leaving that job. I'm 22 now, so I worked there when I was 20. And I was like, oh, it's a pretty good job. But then I got very interested in like the history and seeing it around me, seeing like the good, the bad, like the fun of it, the not fun. And it really shifted my perspective on it as like this isn't like this really bad thing, but it's also something you have to be careful of. It is something you can get addicted to. It's very much like it's a drug. It is a drug. Like that, it's not like a traditional drug, like, you know, all the things I probably can't say on Twitch, but, you know, it's something to be mindful of. You can be safe with it, as long as, like, you're using your moderation and stuff. Like, in moderation, things are okay. But it can definitely, uh, it can be very, very bad. So. Let's see. I don't trust it much though, because I saw her drink till she ended up in the hospital repeatedly due to cirrhosis of liver. Scared me forever. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I feel that my dad, to be very much like open about it. And I've kind of talked about this in the past. My dad was that way, and it was a few years ago. It was like when I turned 18 that happened, is he got hospitalized. Um and that whole incident was very bad. Is he was turning like yellow, like he probably only like legitimately he could have probably only had a few days to live, like he was drinking that badly. And he was also smoking and stuff, so he was a smoker and drinker, and he had to be hospitalized. And the only reason he lived, I think, truly is because his girlfriend brought him in. But yeah, no, I absolutely feel like I feel that trauma, especially this might be kind of trauma dumping, I guess. While we're here, anybody who doesn't like trauma dumping, I'm sorry. I will try not to be too vague or too much about it. But that incident definitely stuck with me because I was the one who got blamed for him drinking. So our relationship was really bad, and people coming into the picture who did not know of our history were like, "Yeah, this is your fault." And I was like, "That's crazy. I'm 18. What the hell?" Um, but yeah, so I could understand that, and it's really sucky to go through that, especially because having that awareness. And like it was definitely a very hurtful time and definitely stuck with me. And it was only after that incident when I worked at a liquor store that I kind of had a change in perspective, because it was very much scary for me because him, if he had passed, I would have lost both of my parents, and that was a very hard thing to go with, because yeah, having a parent that's not listening and then getting blamed for it is kind of sucky. I guess that's the best way I can put it. I'll use weed, but that lifts my mood and makes me chill down. I have only gotten high once. I didn't smoke it. I just hotboxed myself because I made a promise to a family member that I wouldn't I wouldn't smoke I wouldn't smoke weed. So I was like, well, I didn't smoke the weed. It gave me a headache and like gave me the munchies. Like that mac and cheese was kind of fire, but like the headache was not that great. I get a headache from like just the smell of it. Um and like I'm like, ugh, I don't want to smell it. No. Be gone. Same with my mom. I don't know how she's still alive after harder drugs before I was born slash plus drinking for 20 plus years. She would blame our past dog's death on me and call me demonic and evil. That's horrible. She drank full vodka bottles. Crow Hal. Yeah. No, I absolutely feel that. I didn't get a very good perspective on my dad's drinking. I have a very limited view, but I do know it was enough that like I saw it consistently enough to be worried. But there was definitely efforts to hide it from me. So I definitely understand. I use infused sodas and edibles because I don't want the smell to bother my parents while living with them still, and I can't roll for shit. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know as much about weed. It's never been something that's like particularly interested me. It's like I know other people around me that like have smoked or like actively smoke, and I'm just like, not for me. I don't know. And like, I don't know. Yeah, it's never something personally that I've been super interested in. It's like in the same vein as like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it exists. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I do see that we are coming up on the end of stream. I do want to finish up my food, so I will probably be doing that. So yeah. I do love to make people concerned by saying my mom is my supplier, though. That's crazy. Fair enough. I mean, I guess like it's better? Question mark. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. So, but yes. But we are going to come to the end of stream here. It is 12. We have been here for about 2 hours, and I do need to get some rest so I can be at full energy tomorrow. So not to cut the conversation short, because I do really enjoy talking about like these heavier topics. It's very therapeutic in some ways to have other people get it. But also very like I don't know. You know, it's like, oh damn. Yeah, I'm sorry you relate to that, you know? Get good EPs, get a nice me's. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, so that is that. We will be back, of course, once again. 10 p.m. CST to 12 a.m. CST is our times from Monday through Friday. So if you are new here and you haven't already, consider dropping me a follow. But in the meantime, I have found somebody to go raid off to. So we are going to go raid Gray. So if you would like, we're going to go do that. He's going to be playing some Genshin Impact. We are going to get back into Genshin Impact soon. That might be like Thursday or Friday if we do that. Because tomorrow we are very likely going to be playing some Guild Wars 2. Unless some of the other homies want to play some games. But in the meantime, though, we are going to head off. And yeah, thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful night. Please join me for the raid. It helps support me and makes me look super awesome and epic. And it helps support the streamers that we go raid. Because you might find somebody you like to see when I'm not streaming. So, because obviously you would be here, right? Anyways, y'all have a great night and goodbye.